It may be the recruiting dead period with several of Ohio State's coaches still on their well-deserved vacations, but you wouldn't know it with how many headlines continue to surface. Further proof to the staff's efforts during the month of June and as a whole, the end of the month and now into July has been very good to the Buckeyes. Awaiting decisions from a couple more high-profile 2027 targets, momentum is already brewing for future cycles as well. Here's some of the latest rumblings concerning Ohio State's chances with more top players. When Ohio State lost Brian Hartline to USF, there were a few aspects this fanbase worried about when it came to finding a replacement. From both on-field development and recruiting abilities, Hartline proved himself as one of the elite coaches in the college landscape, and having to replace that was no easy feat for Ryan Day. Cortez Hankton was the choice to fill the void, and you have to give credit to what Hankton has been able to do in Columbus prior to his first season in charge of the unit. Landing multiple commits now, with the latest being 5-star Jet Harrison and 2029's Austin Miller, some may still credit Hartline for his ability to build what Ohio State's receiver room currently is. But Hankton has had plenty of success, and the next step will be seeing how he leads this unit come time for the season this fall. Focusing on recruiting once again, the more groundwork he lays will only further his presence at the helm, and he's well onto his way to doing just that. Social media abuzz on Wednesday, the Buckeyes were linked to class of 2028 Charlotte, North Carolina native Braylon Clark after multiple crystal ball and RPM picks were submitted in favor of Ohio State winning out on his eventual commitment. A 6'3", 190-pound athlete, Clark checks in as the number 14 player nationally and the fourth best player at his position per the 247 Sports composite. Plenty of other top suitors such as Alabama, Florida, Oregon, Tennessee, and others also vying for his services. Seeing the likes of Steve Wiltfong and Chad Simmons give the Buckeyes the nod is pretty telling. Sticking with the same trend, but with the 2027 class, Wednesday also proved to be kind to Ohio State in the current cycle by way of the crystal ball once more. Getting closer to putting the finishing touches on the class overall, there's still multiple spots up for grabs on both sides of the ball. With that though, most of the spots open have specific names this coaching staff would like to fill them with, and that certainly includes Alabama native Carlos May, the number 132 player nationally and 15th best defensive lineman in the class per the 247 Sports composite. May is set to share his decision on July 18th. Fortunately, lately the smoke surrounding Ohio State has given the sense that the Buckeyes and Larry Johnson are well on their way to landing yet another big-time piece to puzzle. What would be the fifth defensive lineman to choose Ohio State? The Buckeyes would bolster one of the top hauls they've landed in program history, and would give them arguably the best group of players in the trenches overall in 2027. The countdown is on, as next week will soon be here. No shortage of top options in the 2028 class at quarterback. Ryan Day and Billy Fessler may once again have their pick of the litter when it comes to their class leader. This week being kind to Ohio State in the form of predictions favoring Christopher Vargas to the Buckeyes. Vargas isn't the only signal caller heavily interested what's going on in Columbus. New Jersey native Lucas Prock keeping Ohio State at the forefront of his mind during his recruitment. It may be a situation where sooner rather than later the Buckeyes have their guy. Sure to sort itself out in the coming months, the playmakers already committed to the program doesn't hurt the staff's chances at having one of, if not the best quarterback 2028 has to offer picking Ohio State.